Hey, this is Keeshan Sayroo. I am Mitchell 1 rep out in New York. Now, Mitchell 1 this year actually makes 100 years they've been in business. Great company. Um, Over the years, they've had the good and the bad as far as certain customers love them, certain customers hate them. Um, Always been a good product, but they've always had a lot of complaints that, hey, it might have been hard to use or hard to find information. Now, what they did in their newest product, which they now call Prodemand, it's no longer on demand. I know a lot of you are really familiar with the On Demand 5 product. It's no longer on demand. It's called Prodemand. It's an online subscription only. Now, having access to this information is sky's the limit what you can do with it, because what they actually did was they took ideas from other products throughout the market and compiled it in one complete package. And they have quite a lot of features. They give you the OEM repair information, obviously, which is most important. Secondly, they give you what they call SureTrack, which is kind of like what most people know as direct hits. It's their version. It's called Real Fixes. So SureTrack contains real fixes throughout the industry, what other people, other technicians have done or found on specific vehicles. They also have what's called a SureTrack community, so you can chat with other people throughout the industry. And their color wind diagrams are complete. They've been doing this for many years. They've had their color wind diagram contract for many years. Certain new products on the market now have it, but it's not complete. They just show you the best of what they have, but most of the vehicles don't have any of those real features in them in all reality. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick demonstration. By all means, if you want to see any specific vehicles, if you want to just get an idea of what's contained for certain vehicles, leave me a message, give me a call. Contact information is right up there. I cover the greater New York area. Now, each region has their own specific Mitchell 1 rep. If you go to the Mitchell 1 website, on the upper left hand corner, you'll see it'll say Find My Rep. Click Find My Rep and put your zip code in. You'll get your local rep. Otherwise, feel free to give me a call. 518-836-5400 is the number right above. But let's get into the demo. We'll get right over to our product. Now, as I mentioned, it's a web page. How they designed it is actually a web page built in, software built into the web page, if that makes sense. Now, it's essentially a full-on product that's built into the web page that you don't even need to click the back button. They designed it in a way where you can just navigate the page directly from the page. So I'm going to click log in here, and we'll auto log in. Now you'll see your make and model. So just for an example, I'll pick my personal vehicle. I have a 2013 Toyota Sienna, and it's an XLE, all-wheel drive. After you decode the vehicle, you have the option of putting the odometer in. I'm going to put the odometer in. I'll show you what that does a little later. But once you do that, you click Use This Vehicle. So from here, we now see most of the places where we'd like to go. So all the technical bulletins. Mitchell does get TSBs a lot quicker than most of the other companies. They put it into the system a lot faster. We have a very large team out in California, work all day, every day, entering information and designing software. So we have our common specs and procedures, fluid capacities. I'll click on this one. You'll see it has all the fluids all on one page. So it has the capacity, it has the specification as fluid type, and they'll also have a disclaimer on certain things that you can or cannot use, which is great. all of their pages are printable. So if you click on the print symbol up here on the right upper corner, it'll highlight the section and you can print that section. So as I mentioned, we're staying on the page. We could just close this and we go right back to where we were. So TPMS reset procedures, tire fitment. This will also give you bolt pattern, lug nut torque, tire size, so you can verify that, you know, if there's a TPS light on it for some reason, the vehicle has the right tires on it, or if you know, it has a, you know, a code specifically for the wheel speed sensors. You can go in there and take a look at the tire size just to verify, keeping it simple. Sometimes it's not as complicated as we may think. Going back to the basics, this gives you all of the basic information at a fingertip, and you have your deep down diagnostic information as well. So close that. We have reset procedures like oil light, other maintenance items, DTC index. If you wanted to look at a DTC index, just to scroll through, see the codes, click on something. Their wiring diagrams, component locations, that highlights depending on what component we've searched in the search bar, component testing, and OEM service manual. Now here we have the top 10 most commonly replaced parts in the country, top 10 most common DTCs. So these are SureTrack results. This is what other technicians are finding. Common symptoms and common lookups. So this is what other guys are looking up. Seems like the cabin air filter is hard to find on this vehicle, so they look it up to get a procedure. To go over the rest of the menu here, you can create estimates. You can save those estimates as quotes. You can look at the maintenance schedule. This is SureTrack Community, where you can chat with the other technicians. You have your service manual. We have a classic view, which is if you've ever used any Snap-on diagnostic tools, this is pretty much the platform that those diagnostic tools have used. And then our component search, which kind of carries over from over here. Now, for example, I'm just going to search a code. You can type in anything and everything in the search bar, and keeping it simple is absolutely the best way to go. So the simpler the search, the better it is, the better the results are. So I'm just going to do a P0301, cylinder 1 misfire. And if I hit search, we come up with a screen that shows me certain results. So this takes you to the OEM manual, this bottom left-hand corner. The top right-hand corner is the SureTrack results. So those are the fixes that other guys are finding throughout the country. It's very common, 729 times. It was an ignition coil issue. Intake manifold is an issue for these vehicles for that code. But here, I like this one the best. This takes you to the Mitchell search results. And as you notice, we still have all our hot buttons along the side, so you can always click on that at any point. I'm going to click on the P0301, and we have our real fixes, top repairs, causes and fixes, specifications, OEM testing, component location, component operation, tips, wiring diagram, remove and replace procedures, after repair info, which I really like, and parts and labor. So if we click on real fixes, we can now see what other guys throughout the country have done. So, you know, this is a random misfire, it looks like. So this is in relation to that code. This is specifically a 301. If I click on it, it tells you the complaint, the cause, and the correction. We can go back by clicking more real fixes, or we can just close it and head back to where we were. So top repairs. This gives you a nice diagram which shows you parts failure estimates. So it's very common for the ignition coils to be replaced at about 100,000 miles. This is exactly what's going on in our country, US and Canada right now. So that is what you're seeing. You're seeing exactly what's going on throughout the country. I'll go back out and let's go to causes and fixes. This is a nice chart if you have multiple codes. Now, other products, you can type in multiple codes in the search bar, and it'll give you results for that, you know, specific multiple code search. Like I said, keeping it simple, just searching one code in our system is the most beneficial, because then you can go in here, find the multiple code list, Just for example, I'll click on this, the 300, 301, 306, 356, and it's saying it's definitely an ignition coil issue. Well, not definitely. It's saying most probable cause is the ignition coil, right? So we could then look at our graph, compare our mileage, compare our code, and then, we have a pretty good idea of what the problem could be. Now, we also do this under the symptoms tab. So this isn't really a great example. If it was a rattle noise from the suspension, we'd have a list of different symptoms, and it'll point you in what it could be. But after we get an idea that, hey, it's the ignition coil, we could then go into test procedures for that P0301. We could also search ignition coil up here and go directly to ignition coil if that's what we wanted to find. I'll show you specifications. This is pretty much everything specifically for the code that we searched. So it took us to engine control system. It's not showing specifications of the suspension. We want to see specifications for certain engine components related to a misfire. So that's what you have in here. I'll close this and we'll go back. OEM test procedure. So this is telling us how to test for that P0301 misfire. It gives you all the manufacturer's information. So we can read through, find the numbers that we're looking for, compare it to the readings that we've tested, and verify our issue. Component location, in case we wanted to know where it was located. Click on that. It gives a nice diagram, whatever the manufacturer provides. And from there, I click on component operation. Yeah, hey, so maybe I didn't know how this system worked. Maybe I didn't know what it meant for misfire. I can go in here and read the information and know exactly why this code is occurring, what system it involves, and other things that affect that issue, other things that could cause that to happen. So after component operation, we have the tips. This is other people in the industry. For this specific code, somebody had left a tip to verify these other possible causes, and they also put a hint in there: if the cat is damaged, misfire occurs. So just in case you needed that information, you can go ahead and look at that. Wiring diagrams. This is the OEM diagram. Now, if I minimize this, we give you the OEM diagram, but we also give you the color Mitchell diagrams. So engine control system option here, and we click on that, and we can click on our diagram. It's completely interactive. You see the wires changing. If I zoom in and we take this hand here and we move our diagram around, I can click on this and I can search. I can do pin to pin. Now if I click on, let's say, another circuit, and I click this eye and zoom out, I can now trace exactly where those wires went. I have the ability of printing the diagram just as it is. I can hit the eye to bring everything back and print the diagram with all of the wires. Also, what's nice is we put component location right on the diagram. So unlike the other companies and our competitors, you don't have to go out searching, hey, where's that component located? You see it right on the diagram. Speeds up diagnostic time, absolutely. Now, I'll go back out, and if you wanted to see other diagrams, we have other diagrams from the manufacturer specifically. So we can also go back out and remove and replace procedure. This is golden. This is essentially what technicians use the system for throughout the day, if they get stuck on something. Obviously, wiring diagrams are important for diagnostics, but remove and replace is important to avoid frustration. Click on the remove and replace procedure, and it'll give you the manufacturer information on how to remove a certain component. Pictures, connector views. We have test procedures in here again. So full on all the manufacturer's information that you need. After repair info, after you've verified all the issues, you've verified what's wrong, you've replaced the component, it's time to get the customer back on the road. That is not correct. We, as technicians, we should be verifying our repair is correct. And Mitchell 1 gives you that ability to go in here, click on after repair, and for this specific example, it gives you a drive cycle procedure. So you can then, plug your scan tool into the vehicle. You don't even necessarily need to, but it's nice to have one. You'd have a diagnostic tool in the vehicle and look at the monitors as you drive. However, it says idle for 8 minutes, so you're no longer guessing, no longer aimlessly driving at multiple speeds. You follow the procedure that they give you. You verify that the drive cycles are set, the monitors are reset, sorry, and for a fact at that point that the vehicle's not coming back for that issue. So once it's complete, customer takes their vehicle and they don't have any reason to come back. They stay happy, and they come back actually only for additional work later in the future, whatever they may need. You built that relationship. You now have a rapport. We have parts and labor here, which takes you to the direct system from this screen. For example, let's say I click on engine performance, ignition system, ignition coil. We have the remove and replace times. We can add it to an estimate. So let's say we were doing all 6. It says I'm saying it's 2.9. And I wanted to look at the parts from the OEM. I'm in the same section. I click on ignition coil, and we have the OEM part number and the dealer list price. I can click add. If I wanted to recommend any additional services, I can come in this section, and there's no specific maintenance information for the ignition system, but like I said, keywords matter a lot. So remove the keyword, and I can look for the specific mileage that we're at. So we're at about 75,000 miles, and it says here, if the vehicle's all-wheel drive, let's see, the 75,000 mile service is 2.3 hours, right? So we can add that to a ticket if that was something that we had recommended to the customer. Add the details, and it tells you what the manufacturer recommends at that mileage. If I click view quote, I'm just going to create a test customer. So test, hit print. This is something you can provide to the customer. Your diagnostic labor rate's already calculated within there. It's saying 75,000 mile service, ball joints, inspection. This is everything the manufacturer recommends. Hey, Mr. Customer, this is your total estimate. Would you like to go ahead and do the work? So even if they weren't doing the work right away, you can give them that as an estimate for the future. Hey, your 75,000 mile service is coming due. This is what the manufacturer recommend. We absolutely can take care of all those manufacturer recommended items within a discounted labor cost than it would be to you at the dealer. So that helps you keep customers there. It's a myth that you have to take your car to the dealer. Customers do not need to take their car to the dealership. They simply can take it to their, trusted repair facility, have all the same repairs done. The only thing that needs to be done at a dealership would be a warranty item. I mean, there are even ways around that, but the easiest way to have something like that done, it would be at a dealership. So I'm going to close this, and from here you have the ability to save the quote. So I can click save quote, and then you would be able to click on save quotes and see the history. Now, for example, let's say I was looking at something on a vehicle and it's asking me to save, so I'm going to hit yes. And someone else was looking at another vehicle and I came out of the screen that they were on. Let's say I go into history and we have a Dodge Caravan here that was on Saturday, so I'll click on that. It takes me right back to what I searched on that Dodge Caravan. So you can kind of toggle between vehicles also by clicking on history. So say I clicked on the Sienna and it came right back to the P0301. So you're not really going all over the place. You're able to use this within one page at all times. So the system itself has certain settings that you can set up initially. If we go into shop settings, you have the ability to adjust your labor rate, create a header and a footer, also add tax rates. This is just for quick estimating. The system only saves 50 of them at a time. This isn't a full-on management system. We do have a full-on management system. However, this is just our Prodemand feature. So you, as a, let's say, as a shop owner, you also have the ability to create separate logins for your technicians. So everyone can have a separate login. This way, if if somebody needed to use it on one device and not on another, or you wanted to be able to monitor who logs in or who has your password, you have the ability to turn them on or off within that as well. So I hope this system itself has been of use to you. This video has been of use to you, and I hope it helps within your decision-making process. Now, I personally, as a Mitchell 1 rep, I'm not biased. I've used other products. I've used All Data. I've used Identifix. I've used Motors. Motor has a product called Motologic. Essentially, that's sold by different companies. So you could have Motologic. You could have Motor Select Line. A few other different things on the market. But nothing is really as complete as what I found with Mitchell. So, once again, if you have any questions, please give us a call. If you're interested in purchasing a Mitchell product, you absolutely get discounts through me directly. Some cases the price is, not some cases, in all cases the price is cheaper than you buying it online. So call us directly. My name's Keeshan Sayroo, 518-836-5400. If you have any questions, send us an email, info@kiloism.com. If you go on our website, you'll be able to scroll to the bottom, and I'll actually come out here and show you. So, kiloism.com. You can save our information directly to your phone. Just scroll down and click download the contact info to your device. You'll be able to see our contact information and save it directly to your phone if you're on a mobile platform. Or if you click on it from your desktop, you'll be able to see all of our information and share that V card or download the V card as well. We also carry diagnostic tools. You can go onto the website, take a look at diagnostic tools. If you want to schedule a demo, you can do that at any time. Shop online. Right now, the two of the best scan tools on the market, Launch has a brand new product called the Torque. So you won't find this any cheaper anywhere else. We have them already in stock, so no one else has them at the moment. The Launch X431 Torque. This one has the newest Android operating system, so you can absolutely use your Prodemand subscription on this tool. And then Autel also has a great product, which, let's see, the 906TS. This one has built-in TPMS. You can download Firefox on this tool and use Prodemand on there as well. A lot of other tools don't integrate with Mitchell Prodemand. These two tools absolutely do. If you have any questions about those as well, give us a call once again at any time. Appreciate you watching this video. Definitely like or subscribe on whatever platform you're looking at. But by all means, give us a call with any questions at any time. Have a great day.